Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of the Men Lie, Women Lie, and All Flowers Die podcast. I am Uncle Joe, and this is the lovely Miss Les.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be discussing dating in 2023. However, dating in 2023 is such a broad subject that this is going to have to become a multi-part series. But today we're going to focus in on social media and its impact on dating, right? So me personally, I think social media ruined dating, amongst other things, but let's keep it to dating. I think social media really messed up dating.
I think social media, I agree partially, but I also think social media has made it easier for us to meet more people, right? Which could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yes. Definitely it made it easier to meet or to connect with more people, not necessarily meet, because you don't meet everybody off social media. But is that a good thing that you can connect with so many people? I guess the question I'm asking, right? Let's say, 20 years ago, right? You're interested in a female. Your competition may be, if it's at work, your coworkers. If it's a female in your neighborhood, the rest of your neighborhood. Let's say 20, 30 guys. That's your competition, right? You're against 30 guys. Now with social media, I'm against 30,000 guys. I can only imagine how many.
Step up your game.
Those 30,000 guys are going down quick. Like, please, y'all not even. I can only imagine how many DMs women receive on a daily basis. From men that they know, men from their past, men that they've never met in their life, and then possibly some women.
Yeah. I'll tell you my little request. It's the request tab at the end.
It's got 107.
It's got a lot of messages, and I rarely go in there. And when I do, I'll read it, but I won't accept it, right? Because I don't want you to know that I read it.
Okay, so what would make you accept it? What is a DM that may catch a lady's attention?
It depends. Like if you're replying to something that I posted on a story, right? Like, I post a lot of relationship things. So maybe something in an answer to that, right? To kind of start the conversation. But if you send me oh my God, you're beautiful, it's gonna stay there.
What about?
Or a hey. How are you?
Yo, I used to get off,
stay there.
Hey, sweetie, how are you doing?
You used to send those?
In my younger days, before social media was really a thing, there was websites, I guess hookup websites, right?
Really?
Well, the name of the website was Local Hookups, so yeah, I guess it was a hookup website. And
never heard of that.
That line, and this is a long time ago, this is a different life, this is a young, wild kid. That line was rather successful, you know? So is it the line or is it the sender?
No, because the first thing, I don't go into their profile depending on what they respond, right? If they're responding to something that I put based on relationships, right? I'll respond to what they actually wrote, right? Before I even go into the profile. I don't.
So you're just responding to the conversation.
Yeah.
But, okay, what I'm talking about, what kind of, a guy's trying to get your attention, not replying to something you've posted. He's coming cold turkey. What may be something? And guys, please do not take this as a how to bag Leslie lesson. Don't see if she says, I like flower emojis, don't flood her with flower emojis, please.
My block list is pretty long.
Okay, she knows how to use the block button. Okay. Speaking in general for women, not specifically
honestly,
for you.
Yeah. So I think what you men can do is do a little research on their profile, right?
So a little stalking.
And make a connection to something. At least for me, that'll intrigue me, right? That'll be like, oh, he took he made a little effort.
Okay, that's fair, fellas. We need to take some effort, learn about the person you may be interested in.
Yeah, not
and then maybe
just
try to
hey,
connect.
beautiful, what's up? Or
Well, do you think I believe, speaking for men, and not speaking for all men, because there are a multitude of different men and their mentalities are different and the way they think are different. So speaking for some of us, I guess, right? I think the content of the DM depends on what you think or what your intention is with the female, right? So if a dude thinks a girl he wants to sleep with her and that's his goal, I think the DM would be a little more direct.
So, like, what would it sound like?
I don't know, because I don't send DMs to random women. I'm super respectful.
So do you get DMs from women that kind of have that same mentality, like, right? Like, they just want to hit it.
Women in 2023 are extremely aggressive and disrespectful. And I get DMs from dudes. Shout out to y'all, but please.
So what is a female's DM that wants to get in your pants? What does that sound like?
I can't speak of specifics, but
is it like an eggplant emoji?
I've probably gotten those. Women will reply to things I post, similar to you. Okay. Only their reply will be, all right. For example, I had posted something about astrological signs, and it was like kind of sexual, you know. So it was like Sagittarius got good, whatever, and Cancers are low-key freaks or something to that effect, right? So some of the replies were playing off that, like, oh yeah, I'm a Cancer for sure, that's just on point. You know what I'm saying? Like a manipulator, which I am not, thank God. Or an outside viewer could see my post as being baiting. Right?
Okay.
But I post a lot of shit. I don't care. I think their replies are baiting. And they're trying to
you're
see.
Posting like little thirst trap stuff.
No, it was astrological stuff. And I posted the girls one and the guys one.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
No. I post no thirst traps. I haven't even posted my thotty shorts yet.
You don't slide in the DMs. You just post something that just reels them all in, huh?
I do no such thing. However they choose to reply is on them. So that was, for that particular example, that was how they did it, right? I've gotten DMs before that. Like, let's say I post from a museum. And I just enjoy going to museums. I enjoy art. I enjoy going to art galleries. So someone will reply like, "Oh, when you gonna take me to the museum? When you gonna take me to the gallery?"
What do you respond?
Probably something like cordial, but with no definitive answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, I'll let you know next time I'm going to museum." Something like, I'm not gonna shit on them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not in my nature. I'm not a rude or mean person, even if it's someone that.
So you're just gonna give them like false hope.
Well, what's better? What's worse?
Honesty. Like, thank you, but I'm not interested.
Where's the fun in that? No. I'm going to make Leslie punch me today. That is my goal.
Manipulator.
I'm a Libra. I don't know if that means anything, but they say they're manipulative. I don't agree. I think we're very honest, loving people that just want to love and be loved. But I don't know. I think that's a little mean, you know? I wouldn't want to, like, crush her hopes. You know what I'm saying?
But you're crushing her hopes by, like, you're leaving her waiting for something that's never going to happen.
I'd rather wait for something that's never going to happen than know definitively that I'll never have it.
No, that way she can move on to the next dude. Respond to somebody else's story.
I don't even think I'm the only dude she's replying to.
You don't know that.
This hypothetical female. Assume. True. Maybe next time I'll just be honest and be hurtful.
It's
I
not
think
hurtful.
that's hurtful. I don't know. I think that's a little. Although honest, I don't know. I think that's mean, yo. Thanks, but I'm not interested. Like, get out of here, shorty. Like, that's foul.
What is so foul about that? You're being honest. Like, hey, thank you, but I'm not interested, right? I've had people DM me and like, hey, you're beautiful. You know, can I take you out? Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm not interested.
But I think y'all are more used to doing that. All right, so men, for the most part, don't get as much attention as females get. Nor do we get as much recognition, nor do we get as much love, right? So if a man, speaking hypothetically again, by hypothetically, I mean speaking totally about myself. Now, speaking hypothetically, maybe we want to keep that little attention alive in case one day we need it. Which is wrong and potentially manipulative and potentially narcissistic. Wow, these are all ugly words. Wow. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that might be a reason a guy may choose to do that. You know what I'm saying? Also, he may want to keep his options open.
I mean, I could see some women, depending on what stage of their life they're in, right? Maybe doing something similar to that, right? Like not completely shutting it out. Just kind of leave it lingering there for when you need an ego boost.
Or maybe one day you really need somebody to go to the museum with you. And that doesn't even necessarily mean that I'm interested or that I'm trying to smash. I go anywhere by myself. I don't care.
Good.
But let's say one day I need to create content and I don't have anyone. Maybe I'll take a female with me and she can help me create content and I can help her create content. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm trying to smash or I'm trying to date or whatever. You said when I'm going to take you to the gallery. I'm going to the gallery. Do you want to come? You can help me and we good. Is that
Are you going to set those clear expectations though? Because if she's sliding into your story,
I like to believe.
When are you going to take me? And you're like, okay, yeah, I'll let you know. And then you let her know. But it's like, bitch, I'm putting you to work. I'm taking you, but I'm putting you to work.
I'd like to think that I'm very upfront and honest in these situations. So I would let her know, like, hey, this is not a date. I'm going to go to the gallery. I need someone to help me shoot content.
No. I'm going to call you out right now because you just said we had a little bit of a conversation outside and you said you don't tell girls that it's not a date.
No, now you're twisting my words. If I'm hanging out with my homegirl or if I happen to have at the moment, which I do not because I'm currently very much into myself, if I happen to have a friend with benefits and we're hanging out and we go out to a museum or to dinner or to a Broadway play or to a concert or to Dos Amigos or the Burger King, that's not a date to me. We friends and we hanging out. So I don't have to tell them ahead of time that's not a date because I've already told them previously, hey, we're just hanging out. The odds of this turning into a relationship are slim to none. So we're going to hang out and we're going to do us. And that's it. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your emotions up. I know that sounds foul because women and men both cannot necessarily control their emotions. And if they get treated a certain way, their emotions may grow. But I'm fairly honest ahead of time before I begin any interactions that, hey, unless there's potential for there to be a relationship, I'm pretty straightforward with that.
Okay, so we went back and forth on this a little bit. And I think that we should, right, maybe do like a poll or something.
Cool.
So and I guess when this comes out, right, we'll
add it to the end. So
the poll.
Yeah.
So hold on. So, and we're going to use Uncle Joe specifically.
Yes.
If he tells a female, a homegirl, right, that from the beginning we're just smashing, we're not, but yet
not so uglily. Now we're just smashing. That don't demean myself nor her.
Is that not what you said before?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. So, anyways,
pardon
back
my
to
choice
my poll.
of words. Pardon my choice of words. If we're hanging out.
All right, if you're hanging out, right? And all of a sudden, right, now he's taking you to dinners where you have to get dressed up.
We gotta eat.
Is that not a date, ladies? and gentlemen, I want to know from both, right? Is that not considered a date? Because for some reason,
I don't think
Uncle
that's a
Joe
date.
here is scared
No.
to admit that he takes
No.
his homegirls on dates.
Because those are not like, we're hanging out, we're hungry, let's go get something to eat. A date is me like, yo, I'm gonna pick you up at 8 o'clock on Saturday, be dressed. We're going here. The reservation is for this time. You should be dressed in this manner. And then I show up, I got the flowers, the whip is clean, I smell good, I look good, I got the shape up, I'm opening the door for you. It's a date. I'm treating it as a date, and I'm treating you as the datee.
I get that, and that is a full effort date. But to me, if you're like, hey, we're going to go have dinner, right? And I'm getting dressed
Did
up.
I pick you up?
And yeah, you picked me up.
I wouldn't.
So you don't pick up any of your homegirls?
99% of the time, no.
Okay. Or nowadays, people meet at places too, right? A lot of people do.
I'm sure they do.
A lot a lot of people meet at like restaurants, right? Because as women, right, we also do have to be very careful of who we let know where we live.
Well, that's because you're meeting strangers.
like-
Again, I don't normally meet strangers. I don't DM strangers.
But strangers DM you, so technically they're still strangers.
But I'm not necessarily meeting them. That's my whole point. Like,
So then, who are these homegirls? Like, where? How do you know these homegirls? Where do you?
well,
meet
yeah,
them
I guess
from?
at one
some point they were strangers,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's true. Fair point.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ding ding ding. One
Carry
for the
on.
ladies.
It's all for the ladies. Y'all are victorious always, bro.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you go out to dinner and you actually have to put effort into getting dressed up,
You have to put effort as the
Correct,
woman.
As the woman, would we consider that a date?
What happened to we get dressed up for us? We put
Absolutely,
makeup on for
we
us.
do. But guess what? If I like you, I want to get dressed up for you.
That's
right?
fair. Yes, you should.
Especially in the beginning. Should always be, but right? Sometimes we slack off.
We
a little
slack,
bit.
yes.
It
yes.
happens.
You
It
should.
happens.
You should. Yeah, you should. And fellas, do it in return too. Don't show up to a date looking crazy, looking sloppy, looking dusty, gear
Need to smell
in your
good.
Crocs, in your sweats. Don't show up to a date in a Nike Tech. Don't show up to a date in a Pooh Shiesty. Like, get it together, guys. Spray some cologne, put some lotion on, put some face moisturizer, get a manicure. Do it right, Unless,
She's just a homegirl.
no, treat your homegirls right. Cause see, that's the thing, right? Y'all like to treat men as if, and maybe some men are deserving of this, right? I treat my homegirls with the utmost respect, and I treat them, and that's why they end up developing feelings, because I treat them so almost
Almost like relationship, like if she was your girlfriend.
right.
Oh.
Right. But I don't do that. I don't do that. Touche. I don't do that to lead them on. I do that because I don't know how to treat them any other way. Like, how am I supposed to treat you? You're my homegirl. I'm supposed to treat you with love and respect and make you feel like,
No, and
you
listen,
know?
I can respect that, but ladies.
I'm not going to, homegirl, you my
Listen.
homegirl, come through and then kick you
if
out.
any of you watching are gonna be his homegirl anytime soon,
No new
listen
homegirl.
to his words from the beginning. This is the only time I will tell you to listen to the words and not the actions.
There are
because
also
normally it's the other way around.
because there are also homegirls that are not physical and just homegirls.
That's different. That's a friend.
Well, I think homegirls are friends. They just have that little
Nah.
benefit.
If you're having sex with someone, they are not your friends.
What are they?
Not your friends.
What are they?
Or at least not my definition of friends. I don't know. You're in like a situationship, which is the
Why?
worst thing.
I don't think. Why? See, and I think that's where men and women differ, right? I think sex for women is so much more connected to emotion than men, right?
Yes.
So men can, pardon the vulgar language, men can smash something or whatever, and never talk to that person again. And not because they don't like them or it's beef. It's just,
I mean, some women can do that too.
majority cannot.
Right. But I also don't think that a lot of people, not just men, they don't understand how when you have sex with someone, the spiritual and energetic connection that you have with someone, that's like the
Most
deepest
men
type
don't
of
care
connection
about that at
you
all.
can. Well, you should, because
No,
guess what?
I said most
when
men, yeah.
when you go your separate ways,
They don't even know
energetically,
about the
you're
transfer of
taking-
energy.
You're taking
Yeah.
shit that doesn't even belong to you, and you're carrying that on with you.
No,
So,
I know this, and I totally agree with you. I don't think most men take that into consideration. I don't think most men are aware of that, of the transference of energy, of the spiritual bond that is created, of even the fact that you're leaving DNA in her that may alter her. Not saying it will, but potentially. A lot of guys they don't even consider that. They don't think about that. That's not an option. That's not a concern. They're just trying to clap some cheeks and keep it moving. And 2023 is dangerous, bro. Like, you can't just be out there clapping whatever cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Not only are, obviously there's STDs, there's pregnancies, whatever. Girls are lining dudes up on social media to get robbed, to get murdered. You might not even know if that's a woman. You know what I'm saying? In 2023, you might end up getting a bigger surprise than you thought you was going to get at the end of the night. So y'all brothers got to be out there careful, man. And to go back to the DMs, right? I know so many brothers that send the same DM, copy and paste to 100 women, right? So they're playing the numbers game. They're playing the statistics game. If I hit up 100 and I get 3 replies and I hit 2 of them, I won. You know what I'm saying? But what are those 2 replies? Like, you're I don't know, you're shooting into the water, and whatever you hit,
see
you
what,
hit.
what sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, so fellas, like, y'all gotta learn to love yourselves. Y'all gotta learn to respect yourselves. Y'all gotta learn to respect your bodies, your temples. You can't just be out there slinging the ding-a-ling for free. Like, make these women earn it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And ladies as well, please take the same advice, because I
Yes.
think in 2023, and especially on social media, thotting is at an all-time high.
On both
Yeah.
men and women.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Men, y'all out here posting more skin than the women nowadays. Y'all shorts is shorter. And I won't be a hypocrite. I support men thotty shorts, not because I like to look at men.
I
because
call them
like to
hoochie
wear
daddy
them.
shorts.
I don't mind a little hoochie daddy short. I've got a pair of 2, so that's okay. But damn, you don't gotta post it all on social media with your whole thigh out, no shirt. You done put the baby oil on. Like, we, and I speak for older gentlemen, 40 and up, 35 and up, 30 and up, whatever. We come from a generation where we didn't even like to take pictures at all. Like, if you busted out a camera, you was a weirdo. So to be so free with cameras and camera usage, y'all looking real thirsty out here for attention. And I'm speaking of men and women. For attention, for approval,
Yes.
for that dopamine hit, that confidence boost. If you love yourself, you don't need none of that. You could wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and be the shit, and keep it moving, and not have to post nothing.
I mean,
and be happy.
listen, I agree 100%, but we've all done it.
Oh, absolutely.
We've all done it. Listen, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I could have been dating somebody and it didn't work out, and I'm heartbroken. I'm like, let me just post a selfie, right? And all of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie, right? And then I'm
I'm a little disappointed.
I feel
in
better.
you, Leslie. I'm not gonna lie.
disappointed?
I'm a little disappointed. I held you to a
Why?
higher standard.
listen,
But you are correct that we all
you
do
know,
it, right?
of course, I'm not gonna lie about it, right? It is.
Well, they
it's
say
a
the
quick
best way to
fix.
get over somebody is to get under someone else.
I don't. agree
Nah.
with that. My mom used to be like, un clavo saca otro clavo, right? But
Mom
that's not
Dukes.
true. That's not true.
Where's your mom at right now?
Puerto Rico.
All right, we're going to shoot an episode in Puerto Rico.
Ooh, I like that.
Nah. You're correct. We've all done it. That doesn't make it right.
No, of course.
Nor does it make it wrong. If that's what you want to be about. That's
I mean,
cool.
listen, we're human, right? We have our highs, right? I have my times where I'm just like, yo, I'm the shit, right? I'm feeling myself, I'm
Yeah.
pouring into myself, and I don't need anybody's validation,
That should
right?
be at all times.
Right, but let's be realistic, it's not, right? We hit bumps along the road, right? Where whether our ego was hurt, you know, and we might have those moments of weakness.
Absolutely.
And then we go and do some shit like posting something, right? And you get a little quick fix.
Do you
a
ever
little high.
regret that post and that once you get the attention you've gotten, or once you've achieved whatever you were looking to achieve, do you then regret it when the attention you're not looking for starts pouring in?
I don't think I post things that
Well, I'm not speaking about you specific,
like,
but women. Do you think women sometimes may get too much attention
yeah.
from unwanted individuals?
Yeah, I mean, and that's why we do have to be careful what we post, right? Because, I mean, I'm very big on, like, it's my page. I'll post whatever the fuck I want, right?
Right.
But I have to be open to what comes with that.
Right.
And sometimes it comes with, whether it's hate from other women, right? Because unfortunately that happens.
They DM that?
Have I ever gotten hate in a DM? I don't want to say hate, but a little bit of a jab.
Like a shade?
Right, yeah, like, you
From
know,
a friend?
not a friend, but like somebody that's on social media,
Okay, okay.
right? That may be following me and maybe, right? Not my friends.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
But no.
Yeah.
No.
getting
But-
new friends.
Right, but a little like, you know, oh, that's a cute outfit, but I would have worn it with this
Right,
or something
right,
like that.
right.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. Right?
A little shady.
Right. And
Ladies.
and that's okay, right? But it also comes with, right, the unwanted comments from men.
Do men send vulgar comments? Like explicit comments?
I don't think I've ever gotten anything
Okay.
like that.
You see, but
Do women send you that?
moving on. You see,
No, come on. Had I said yes, you would be like, what?
No, yeah. Women are very vulgar in 2023. Women are the new dudes. Women are dudes. You know what I'm saying? So women will send you nudes unrequested. Women will reply to something like, "Yo, I'll man." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about that, right?
But I think it depends on how you carry yourself, right? So I think you carry yourself with a high level of respect and as very much a lady and a mother, and you don't give off the thotty vibe, right? So I don't think I think if I don't think a guy would think if I send her something vulgar that she'll be with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it depends. I think a lot of how you are approached depends on what you are putting out there, right? So if you're putting out thotty vibes, and who's to judge what thotty vibes are?
I was just gonna say, well, what
right?
are thotty vibes?
Who's
to you,
who's to
right?
say that? The guy, or the recipient of the content is gonna judge that. Not saying they're right or wrong, because they don't know.
For example, right? If I want to post a picture of me in a bikini, right? I work out, I work hard, I want to be proud of that, and I want to post it.
Yeah, but I think
Right?
I think
Is
you
that
know.
considered thotty?
No, all right. You post a picture of you in a bikini.
It's one
Chilling.
thing if I'm posting a right, and
That's
I'm
not
just like,
thotty.
you know, like now if I'm sitting there, right, and like I'm turned around, right, then
So
that's,
you know the difference.
but would there be men that think, right?
Dumb men. Yeah. How am I trying to say this? Birds of a feather,
Flock together?
right? So a thotty's gonna recognize a thotty immediately and know whether or not a thotty-ish approach is gonna work on that individual, or if not even to waste their time, because odds are they're not trying to bag them to build with them.
Right.
They're trying to bag them, to be thotty. So they wouldn't approach because they know that's not that person. that person's vibe, or they would assume that's not that person's vibe based on birds of a feather.
So have you, going back to the DMs, have you, I can't say dated, right? Have you made any of the girls that have DM'd you your home girls, right? Because you don't date.
Um,
Like, have you met anybody, right? Like, on a, I guess, a romantic level to some extent through social media?
I want to say, and don't take me thinking for a long time, like if
He's lying.
there's a boatload of women, because there's not. Um, I want to say if I did, we had a previous connection.
So then you didn't meet them
Correct.
in social media,
Correct.
like from
Like,
that DM.
we may have reconnected on social media. I really don't meet strangers like that.
You go outside, you meet strangers, right?
I don't.
Through social media.
Yeah, like if you
Are you on
DM
any-
me and I don't know you, I may not reply. I don't follow any girls I don't know. And if there is no previous connection, we'll probably never meet.
Is there a reason why you don't follow females that you don't know? Because that's interesting. You don't really hear
No,
that
I
from,
mean,
from men.
why would I?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
If the females that I do follow that I don't know have something that interests me. For example, there's a really dope DJ named DJ Uncle Cracker. She's from South Africa. And she's a dope DJ. And she puts on dope shows. So I follow her because I'm into that aspect of her life. There's another dope DJ, DJ JOT. She's out of the UK. And I follow her because she's just a dope DJ. And I like the content that she puts out. So in order for me to follow a female that I don't know, there has to be something about her that I like. Not that she got a big butt or she shows a lot of skin. It's got to be deeper than that. But for the most part, I barely follow any women that I don't know or that I've never interacted with in life. I don't follow my boys' girls. Dolly maybe being the exception because she's my manager. But for the most part, I don't follow my homies' girls, my homies' wives. Even if they follow me, like I don't hit them with the follow back.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's a respect thing. If you're my boy's girl and there's ever the need for me to share information with you, he could pass it on. Like, I don't need to. I never want someone to think something is happening that isn't. You know what I'm saying? And dudes are jealous. Dudes are insecure. Dudes are paranoid. And I never even want to be close to a situation where someone could think something is happening that is not happening, because that's cheating is one of the biggest no-nos in my book. Like, that's so disrespectful. Much less cheating like with your boy's girl or your girl cheating with your homie. Like, that's crazy.
Have you cheated?
In my life? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I cheated on the majority of my girlfriends. But I was young.
But that's a no-no in your book.
I was young. I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get older and you realize, like, yo, that's not cool, you know?
So do you, because now I'm like thinking, right? So do you only have home girls so that you can have multiple home girls so that then it's not cheating because you're not in a relationship?
That's foul of
I don't
you
know if
to
that makes
assume
sense.
that I have multiple homegirls.
You're right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
apologize for that. But can you answer the
I
question?
have homegirls because it wouldn't be easy to be in a relationship with me at the current moment. Between my work schedule and my entrepreneurial schedule, there's very little time for romantic bonding or building. And for me to put someone in that situation and then kind of neglect them would be foul. So I wouldn't even.
But that's you making the assumption that maybe they're busy too, right? And maybe the schedule.
I mean, I'm sure
just,
they are, but
you just don't want it.
my
You're not in
my
the space for it.
schedule is no, because I wouldn't say that. Because I mean, if the right person came along, men make time for what they want to make time for.
But how do you like? All right, so you said if the right person comes along, But if she's your, and maybe because I'm just like in a different headspace when it comes to like dating, but if she's your home girl, like she's good enough, like when do you know, right, that she's the one? And then you make your home girl the one. Like for me right now, like I'm just very intentional with dating. So if we go on a date and I'm like, this is what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for someone I can build with, a relationship, marriage, whatever.
On date
And-
one,
And maybe day two. Maybe day two,
isn't that a
right?
lot of pressure?
I just want to know where your head is at, right? Like, I'm not saying that tomorrow we got to go and be in a relationship, right? But this is what I'm working towards. And if you're not working towards that same thing,
Then yeah.
then
I
I'm
get
not
it.
wasting my time, right? So I just, like, I find it a little hard for me to right now understand, like, being and I've been in those situations in the past. I just, right now, like, my head is not there.
Well, there's really no answer, right? I think men, or if not men, at least for me, any girl that's become my girlfriend, I knew instantly. Like upon meeting them, I knew like, yo, shorty about to be wifed up. So there's not really an explanation or a logic behind it. I think it's just a feeling or something.
So if a guy knows, right? If guys know early on that you are the person that they want to be with, that you're the one, if they don't commit to you, is it safe to say for the woman to assume I'm not the one?
If the man doesn't commit to you right away, is it safe
Yeah,
to
let's
say that?
say, like within, some people get into these situationships and they're, it's like a year in,
No,
right?
no.
And
If
you're still
after
in
a
that
year-
situation.
no.
So, like,
I'd say give it like maybe 3 months.
Okay.
Because,
fair enough.
life is happening, schedules are happening, guys have goals. And to try to bring a relationship into it is not always easy. But I think women are smart enough that they can decipher when a man is putting in the effort and showing them that he wants to be in a relationship. And they can decipher when someone is not giving them what they need or what they want or what they're looking for. I think guys, for as dumb as we are labeled, are pretty well, I don't want to say that because I don't. Guys are manipulative as fuck, and guys are dumb as shit. But when the right woman comes along, we're very honest. We're very caring. We're very upfront. We'll tell you. We'll treat you right. We'll let it be clearly known that you are the one that we are interested in, and no one else is even visible to us.
Because I think as women, right, like when we like somebody, even though like our gut, right, like our gut will tell us like it's just not it. It's not it,
But
right?
you'll
we
fight
don't-
it.
Right. We do fight it. And
Right.
that's our biggest downfall, ladies.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Because y'all think you could change them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't change no man.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, well,
I could fix him.
You can
know?
only change a man that wants
No,
to be changed.
a man can only change himself for the woman that he wants.
Well, yes, that too, but a man that wants you will allow you to change him.
No, because a man changes himself, right? We may tell you, like, listen, this is what I want,
Well,
and you become
we're saying the same thing.
That.
Yeah. We'll
right?
change for the right person, yeah.
But, right, so us as women, right, we'll be like, oh, but if we like somebody, we're like, oh, I'll just give it time. And we
But
start making excuses
What
for
is
you
it that y'all think y'all
guys.
could change? Like, if he's
We just-
if he's disrespectful, he's always going to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean,
if he's a cheater, he's always going to be a cheater.
Yeah.
So what is it that y'all think is feasible for y'all to change?
I don't think it's changed, but maybe changing, like, somebody that says, right, like you, like, I don't want a relationship, right?
I've never said that.
Or, all right, whatever.
I might
That
have
you're
said that.
not in the however you want to phrase it, because every time I talk to you, you phrase it differently, right? So if you're telling
That's the manipulator. in me.
the women this, right, from up front, and the women's down, right, but yeah, you're taking them on dates,
Not dates, but
whatever,
yes.
and doing all these like things that could be considered like somebody that you're dating or in a relationship with, right? You're doing things, and they end up catching feelings, right? We kind of hold on to that hope, like, maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe he'll,
And that's
you
not
know,
to say
and
that.
that's not your fault because you, as long as you were open and honest from the beginning, right? So, ladies, if we agree to that, like, you can't be mad at this guy over here for.
Not me specifically, men in general. And let it be known that sometimes a guy will like wife the homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to remember men are emotionally underdeveloped. So we may love you and not even realize it till 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line. And then one day wake up and be like, holy shit, I fucking can't live without this girl. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll make it apparent and work, put the effort in to show that.
Ladies, if your gut is telling you that something's off, trust me. You know how many times?
Oh, fellas
after
too. Fellas
I've,
too.
Things have ended with someone I was dating or something. I'm like, yo, I fucking knew that shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Leslie?
Well,
you knew that shit.
Intuition is a real thing,
like,
bro.
but we just
Intuition
ignore
is
it.
real.
Like,
and it goes for the fellas too. Ladies, don't think fellas are stupid. Like, don't think you could be creeping and doing dirt and that we're just oblivious. Like, our gut will tell us as well. Something is wrong. Something is happening that shouldn't be happening, or whatever. You're being violated, whatever. And that specifically has happened to me. That I will speak on. That I had an intuition that something was incorrect, and my soul and my ancestors told me to go somewhere at 7 a.m. and be there. And I recall being in the shower, talking to myself, debating with myself, like, "Yo, you're really gonna go over there right now? You want some stalker shit?" And I'm like, and I'm back and forth with it, right? I'm like, "Yo, I have to go. I don't know why, but I have to go. Yo, for real, it's like 7 a.m. We'll go back to bed, go to sleep. Nah, yo, dog, we out. We have to go. Boom. I went and I was right. The intuition proved to be correct. So it's not only women. So men and women, please follow your gut.
yes.
You can lie to yourself, but sometimes your body will not, or most of the times your body will not lie to you.
Yeah,
Your
like
intuition will
your soul just knows it.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you really care about somebody. When you don't care, it doesn't
No,
really
when you don't
matter.
care, you
'Cause
don't care. Yeah.
But when you're really, like, you just feel it deep down inside in your fucking gut. Oh, I'm
agree.
just so mad at myself right now.
Yes. Don't be a fool. How many dick pics do you get in a day? All right, let's say a week.
Whoa.
Maybe you don't get.
I guess you really want to have this dick pic.
No. I'm gonna ask you for a specific reason.
It right now 0. 0. When I'm dating someone and I'm into them,
But
like,
not dating, not from someone you're interacting with. I'm talking about
Like,
just
in my DM?
strangers. Yeah, with the
I haven't gotten any
with the
lady.
unadulterated.
I did get one time that was completely like, holy shit.
From someone you knew or a stranger?
No, somebody on social media.
Holy shit! Like it was humongous. Or?
No, like,
Oh, no,
holy
where does
shit,
it come
like,
from?
I can't believe you just fucking said that to me, And I think, right, like, I was just like, what the hell? And I didn't respond. I didn't send anything. I was just like,
Why
okay,
would you
hold
even
on.
send anything? Like-
Because I was in shock.
No.
Oh.
I understand that, and you were correct
And
to
then
have not
afterwards,
responded.
he apologized. He was like, I'm so sorry that I sent that to you. I didn't respond. I blocked him.
But why did he send it in the first place? To
I
them?
didn't ask. I don't fucking care to ask.
Did-
Like, there wasn't even like conversation like that. Like, it was like he'll respond to like a story of something that I
didn't know
posted.
him?
No, never met the guy in my life.
Didn't they pass a law that that's illegal now?
I mean, I don't know, but it might be.
I
It
know,
should
like
be.
like revenge porn is illegal. So I think, and I could be wrong, that I read that they passed a law that you can't just send.
I also read though
peen pics.
an article that there's men that send that to women that they have like a hatred towards women, and to make
To
them,
demean them?
yeah. There was a damn. I wish I would have wrote it down. There was like a poll on men that send unsolicited dick pics, and the reasoning why. And I mean, it wasn't
I
a
would
large
love to
percentage, but
read
it was a
that.
small percentage. I think
Yeah,
I
I would
probably
love
have it
to read
saved.
that. I often wonder what makes a man send an unsolicited dick pic and what response are they looking for? And if you do, right? Let's just say you do send a dick pic, and the girl responds like, "I'm on my way," or whatever, right? Hypothetically, what kind of girl is that?
Yeah, I was like, do
Is
you
that the kind of girl
really
you
wanna-
want to come over? Really? Like, that's so weird. I had a girl one time ask me for some pics, and I think she said she was like working for a porno company, and every 3 dick pics she gets like $100 or something. And I'm like, yo, but
Oh.
I have feelings, shorty. Like, I'm not just man meat. Like,
I mean, were you gonna make
can't-
money off of it?
No, she wasn't even trying to cut me in. That's the worst part. At least if we
maybe
split it.
you would have been like, all right, I'll dress it up for you.
Maybe wake him up. Nah, she wasn't even trying to split it.
What about
man.
that girl that I actually sent you? She's like big on TikTok and Instagram, where she started drawing, making drawings of unsolicited dick pics that she was receiving, and it became so big that women would send her unsolicited dick pics that they received, and she makes like drawings, like sketches and stuff.
But like true to life sketches or like
Yeah,
caricatures?
I think no, like true to
No,
life.
you didn't send me nothing about that. 'Cause
I
would've
did.
recalled
You
it.
probably didn't. I'm gonna
Nah,
resend
send it
it to
again,
you.
yeah, because I don't recall that. But
Yeah.
again, is it true to life pictures? Like, is she recreating?
Yeah. They're
Like,
sending her the
but
picture.
it's, like,
not
good?
character. Yeah, she's actually a really
Why
good
is she
artist.
doing this?
It was
Does she
supposed to
then
be like
send it
this
back?
whole. She posts it. It was supposed to be like this whole thing on like, respecting women more, and like she was just like appalled by receiving these dick pics that she got, and then it just became a whole thing where women were just sending her like, "Hey, listen, I've been through it too. Look, this is what I got. Look, this is what I."
What
got.
do you think of women that what's the word? It's not exploit. Expose dick pic senders.
I mean, I don't like unsolicited.
Yeah. If you asked for it and then you expose it, you messed up. You
never
foul.
know. You never know, right?
No, unsolicited. Because I've seen a few women do
I
this.
wouldn't-
I'm not against it.
I just wouldn't do it. I mean, I'd already feel a certain type of way that somebody sent that to me, right? Like,
I think they do it to embarrass the person,
I get it.
which I think
but-
is correct. Because I think to send an unsolicited picture to a female is disrespectful to the female. And then if she chooses to expose you, nigga, you deserve that.
I get it. I just wouldn't do it. Like, I'm not gonna stoop to your level, and I'm also not gonna give your penis publicity. Like,
You don't have to share the
Sorry.
picture. All right, so let's go back to social media.
no. And now with all these things, right? Like, what if you repost this, right? It's like that cancel culture, right? And it becomes like this whole thing, and now this guy's life is ruined, right? He loses his job because
Well, you
or
shouldn't
like
have been
I
sending
get
your
it,
peen
but
around.
I get it. I'm just not trying to ruin somebody's
Yo,
life.
for every
either.
action, there is a reaction. If you do something dumb, like send an unsolicited picture and
I'm
it
just gonna
bites you
block
in the
you,
butt,
and that's it.
that's fair.
I'm not wasting my energy on that. That means I got too much time on my hands. That means I gotta come up with more ways to make money to keep myself busy.
Do you think social media has created expectations that cannot be fulfilled? And how does that affect dating?
So I don't know about the not. Yeah, no. Yes, to an extent, right? Like you see these couples going on like these dates in like these other countries and all these, or you see these girls that are like they look flawless. I think if you're not secure in yourself, it's gonna build some type of insecurity. And when you're insecure with yourself, it affects every relationship that you have, or
Absolutely.
I. Go ahead, you were gonna
But
say.
what about like people that build a certain perception online, right? So let's say a guy, if you go to his page and he looks like he's living the life, good job, making good money, whatever. And then date night comes and that's not reality. Does that happen more than I think it does to women?
I don't. I haven't really dated people like that from social media. Like
How many dudes you met off social media? Strangers
strangers.
that bagged you through the DM.
Maybe like one.
Oh, so you like
And
me
you know
then?
what? And not even social media. It was actually a dating app.
Oh, you be on dating apps?
Not anymore. I was,
Were you on Tinder?
but I was never on Tinder. I was on
Please.
Hinge.
I don't know what that is. I'm on zero dating apps.
I was on Hinge, and
What is Hinge? Is that the
dating
one
app.
that the girl chooses the guy?
Yeah, you won't know. Like I won't know that he like liked me or swiped or I don't remember what it is unless I swipe him. Right? That's the only way I'll know it's a match.
Okay. And you met a dude off Hinge?
I did.
Was it
And
was he a good dude?
I think he was no.
He was not a good dude.
I'm like trying to think. He was just in a really
What
bad
happened?
place.
Just be honest and blunt.
Because you know what? I
No diss to homeboy.
no. He wasn't a bad person. I think he's just in a really bad place in his life. So yes, he made.
Well, he shouldn't.
things
He should not
seem-
have been dating. Then.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right.
Come on, guys, get it together
Absolutely right.
first, and then start dating.
You know, and we had a good time, like a lot of connection. We had a lot of like phone conversations prior to meeting, right? And we clicked, right? We had a lot to talk about. It was like nonstop talking. But when when we actually went out and sat down and had a conversation, and as time passed, you start to realize like, no, this thing that you're portraying, this life that you're portraying, right? And I'm not talking about like, oh, trips here, trips there, just the simple basics of life,
Right.
you know?
He was faking the funk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Has social media ruined dates expectation wise as far as the actual date? So sometimes you'll see on social media, like on Twitter, there's constantly an argument about $200 dates. If the date is not $200 or better, is it even a date? You'll see on social media like guys will gift girls purses on date one and then take them to the most expensive restaurant, and are these expectations like, is that what y'all expect?
I would never.
Not you.
Expect.
speaking. Not you specifically. Are there women out there that, because of what social media is showing them, are now over expectant of a date?
Absolutely. But if we are, I mean, they also have to be aware of, right, the area that you're in, that you're dating, the type of men that you're attracting. But yeah, I'm sure there's women that, will
Over expect.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Would you take a man on a date?
Yeah,
Like you
I have.
you pay for dinner?
I have. But it's somebody that we were like dating, not
Not
just-
day one.
Not day one, not
No.
day two, not like, you know what I mean? Like we've been dating.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
And if you're my man, I have no problem taking my man out
I think that's how it should be, though.
to eat, right? But it was like a full blown date night. Like it was like event plan, dinner.
Did you plan
know?
it? Oh,
Of course. Of course.
it should. If you are the initiator of the date, you should plan the date.
Correct. But I also think that the men, right, in the beginning should be the ones pursuing, right? And
Yes.
planning and
So let's
putting
have
in
that
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 effort.
conversation, right? I don't think enough men are aware that if I ask you on a date, and you have to plan it. Pick the restaurant, set the reservation, set the date, set the time, be there on time. Don't just scoop shorty up and be like, "What you want to do? You hungry? You want to go to McDonald's? You want to go to Wendy's?" Like, if you don't get a second date, it's most likely because of your lack of planning.
Yes.
Is that like an immediate turnoff?
Absolutely. I want the guy, and I'm sure tons of ladies, right? We want that chivalry, right? I want the guy that is gonna meet me at my door, right? Is gonna open the door, is going to close the door, pull out my chair, and tell me like, hey, I got dinner plans. 8:00. This is the type of. You don't even have to tell me the place. Just tell me like this is the type of vibe, right? So that I know what to wear.
Right.
And I love that shit.
What about
I'm sure
like
all women love that shit.
What about like a planned picnic?
Anything that you put effort. It could be like, listen, we're gonna go to Central Park and go to the zoo, and then we're gonna have lunch here, and then we're gonna. You took the time, right? And the effort. Even if we're taking the subway to the city, like it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. Like,
what if he says, "I'm gonna bring you to the crib and I'm gonna cook for you"?
It depends.
Not on day one. Yeah.
It depends.
Not on day one.
How
Come
long,
on, guys, get it together.
I think that's nice too, but then, right, have like a little table set up. Let's have a bottle of wine, have some music. Like,
yeah, not bust out the
not
Hungry
just-
Man meal in the microwave. Ay. Fellas, these are some points and tips, and I'm no dating expert, obviously. I think I
and
just said
to
I
the
haven't been on a
ladies,
dating expert.
don't accept anything less.
Yeah,
if he's
don't
not
settle.
putting in that effort, there will be some dude that will.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
go find that dude.
And they're probably in your DM right now, and you probably egged them. Go back and review. There's probably good dudes trying to treat you right and give you quality time. Lost in that mix of whatever amount of DMs you have there.
I think sometimes us women, we need to not only go for what our type is, right? Because sometimes our type is not what we need, right? It's what we want, but not what we need.
Right.
And most of the time, when you go for what you want, that's where you get your heart broken.
Because y'all all want the damn Calvin Klein model.
That's not true.
What do y'all want? What's your type?
I want.
Fellas, take notes. Nah.
I can't share that. Then I'm gonna have all these. No, I can't share. I'll share that on another episode.
Give me a generic female's type. Tall, somewhat muscular,
Like,
well-dressed. Physical.
Physical? Yeah.
I mean, I know what we want non-physical. You want love and to be treated right and respected and
I want consistency. I want communication.
true.
Right? I mean, love is a choice, right? I want that person that chooses to love me, right? Most people, when they fall for somebody, especially really fast, they're chasing the feeling, right? But consistency is the biggest thing.
But consistent love.
Consistent everything, right? Like I said it earlier, right? Don't introduce me to a vibe that you can't maintain because and we could talk about this on a future episode, right? I have an anxious attachment style.
Yes.
And so if the moment you switch up that energy, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you question it? Do you question the person?
It depends. Sometimes I have to like think about it and process it myself. Because I also don't want to be the psycho.
Have you ever been wrong?
Like maybe once.
All right. So consistency, compassion, you said?
Honesty.
Honesty. Respect,
Respect.
obviously.
I want somebody that
Communication.
communication, like those tough conversations, like let's have them.
Family oriented, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want somebody that's driven, right?
Driven,
Somebody that,
okay.
and doesn't mean you need to, have it all, but you have to have a plan,
Right? Like a goal.
right? Like I
or
want
a
to be able to
drive-
look at my
an
man
ambition.
and be like, I need to step up my game because my man is doing his thing. I need to step up my game,
Okay.
because that motivates me.
Intelligence?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's hold the conversation. But all those things, right? I have to bring them to the table as well.
Of course.
Because I can't ask for somebody that's intelligent and consistent, and I'm not intelligent and not consistent, right?
Amen. Let's go back though. Before we end the show, we spoke about the date, right? And the fella has to plan the date. Or whoever, whoever initiates the date should plan the date, set the reservation, plan the time, plan the day that it's going to occur. Get everything right. Pick your partner up. Take him to the restaurant. Get your food, whatever. Then you have to know how to hold a conversation. Y'all can't just be sitting there quiet, chewing up your grub. Ask questions. Ask her what she's interested in. What are her dreams? What are her goals? What does she want in the future? It doesn't all have to be on the first date either. Like, you can gather information slowly, but definitely show interest in the person, the partner. Let them know that you're interested. Try to learn about them. Ask more questions. If they're passionate about something specific, definitely ask more questions. Get them to open up about what it is that they love, what it is that they're passionate about. And hopefully, you'll get a second date.
I agree.
Give me one quick story of somebody who didn't get a second date and why.
Okay. He didn't want kids.
And we out. Nah. No, that's fair. Some guys don't want kids. We'll continue this conversation next episode. Dating in 2023. We're going to break this up into a couple chapters. So that was just part one, social media. We still have to go into so much more: expectations, ghosting, the relationship, the breakup. When you break up with a girl, do you have to erase her nudes? Like, she gave them to you. Those were a gift. Why you got to erase them now? They're yours. What else? We'll discuss all that good stuff. Further episodes. The lovely Miss Les, Uncle Joe, Men Lie, Women Lie, and All Flowers Die. The podcast. And we out.